Gonna give folks a few more minutes. Supposed to have a good amount. Right. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. All right. I don't have my normal music. Improvising here. Fancy grocery store. All right. Seems like a small group in comparison to the full count. If you're talking, you're on mute, unless you're not talking to us. All right. Guess I'll get started. So first, actually, I'm gonna switch presentations. I wanted to go over what the end of course projects. Did everyone go through like deciding if you're gonna lean into business and entrepreneurship versus like for final projects? Did we talk about that at all, or will this be the first time we're talking about?
We can just
First
have
time.
them double confirm just so we're aware.
It's first
Okay.
time.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so from a high level, there's, a couple options in terms of what you focus on for for fundamentals. So either A, you do what's called a guided research paper plus a pitch. The guided research paper is you focus on an industry, organization, or college, university that you're interested in. You literally would research that and you would share um, according to the checklist here. So you literally would just use this checklist to put together your paper, right? So should have an introduction, a body, what you learn, details you found interesting, 2 to 3 takeaways. So, and then conclusion. We asked for it to be at least 3 paragraphs minimum, but this looks like it could be a good 2, 3 pages for a good old research paper. And then the elevator pitch portion of that is really you summarizing the crucial points, right? So if someone was to ask you to summarize in 1 minute what your research was about, you would time yourself and hit the key points, right? What was it that I researched? What did I learn? One thing I found interesting, some takeaways, right? So this is something that you would definitely rehearse, you would practice. Um, and we do actually have rehearsal time built into the course. So um, actually Thursday will be pitch perfect. Option B would be doing the business plan framework, right? So that's and I know we touched on vision and mission statement last week, business model canvas, value proposition canvas. So basically it's completing those things and then putting together an elevator pitch, right? So the elevator pitch is similar to the guided research, right? You have about a minute to summarize your business though, right? So with this, you should definitely be including things like what your mission statement is, what is your business about, what is the value that you're bringing to your customers, right? Um, and again, this is something you would rehearse, and we will have time for that, where you can practice how to do your pitch. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
Professor JR, can I just chime in just to confirm everyone's understanding of something that you went over? So scholars just wanted to confirm there are two options. So I want to make that very clear. There's option A and there's option B. Okay, so right here on your screen, because I know often we get a lot of questions at the end of what is required. So it really depends on the option that you choose. You'll notice in option A and option B, there's a pitch. Okay, so that pitch is going to be consistent, whether you're talking about your, you know, crucial points of your paper or your business, it's going to be consistent. The only thing that is going to be different is if you're saying to yourself, I don't have a business, I don't have anything in mind for that. But let's say I know I want to be a pilot, right? Then you're going to go with option A and you're going to do the research paper. You're going to study how to become an airline pilot. What school do you need to go to? What connections do you need to make? What internships have you looked into? Um, what vocational programs can you do? So I just want to make sure that's clear. Any questions? We'll be happy to answer that. Answer any questions you have, but just want to make sure that's being highlighted.
Okay. We will take that silence to mean that everyone understands that this is what's due at the end of the course, of the end of fundamentals, sorry, specifically. Um, any questions after the fact, definitely feel free to email us, circle back with us. And also we have class again tomorrow. So if you think about it and you circle back, that's okay too. So by the end of the week, I guess I'd like everyone to, I guess, choose which path you're going, because we are coming up towards the end of the course. So um, this document, so this was emailed out tonight. So if everyone has access to their emails, you should have received this today. There was an email that went out uh, 3 3:01 today. So it would look like this. And then at the bottom will be, there are a handful of documents attached, one of which is the document that I had open. Is everyone getting the emails? Okay. All right. So let's switch gears here and I'll introduce myself because I'm realizing now that this is the first time I'm meeting all you guys. All right. So my name is J.R. Dawkins. You can call me Professor J. I'm one of the board members here at S.O.A.R. And I this was originally these four classes I've taught over the years. So my board role is to, with my wife and Miss C, we are the folks that are responsible for building out the business cohort here, the business entrepreneurship cohort. My background, I went to school for business administration. My bachelor's was in business administration. Went back to school for my master's in business administration right after I graduated because I knew if I waited, I probably wasn't going to do it later in life. So I got my MBA right away. Um, and apologies, I don't have my slide in here with my background, but I've been working in tech for more than a decade. Currently, I am working at a IT company where I lead AI services. Um, Also worked as a photographer over the years. I done weddings and engagements and different things like that. Interested in all things tech, and Miss Latoya is my wife of 16 years, and we have two kids, two boys, 10 and 7. Um, yeah, so I will leave it there. That's me. We're in the Jersey area. I'm in New York tonight, so that's me. So nice to meet you all. I'll definitely try to pronounce everyone's names correctly, but please feel free to come off mute and help me out if I'm not getting it. All right. So as always, cameras on, mics off until you're speaking. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to jump in and ask. Um, hold on one second. I want to go back. And if you need to use a chat, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat. Um, so first thing in the chat, please share how you feeling tonight. How's everybody feeling? You, you could drop it in the chat or come off mute.
Tired.
I hear that. Got a couple tireds. Ooh, got one happy.
Feel excited because I'm transferring schools.
Oh, like right now you're transferring mid
Not right
semester?
now. I gotta get all the paperwork in.
Okay. Cool, cool. I'm glad you're excited. I guess that's a good transfer. Angie worked an 11-hour shift. What? Wow. I'll be passing out too. Well, thank you all for joining. I'll try to make sure I deliver, try to bring some energy here. So here's S.O.A.R's proprietary statement. This course material shared, it belongs to S.O.A.R and should not be utilized or shared without permission. Covered that. All right. So um, you guys started this journey last week. So we talked about what is a business. For those that do want to start a business, how many folks here actually are interested in business and entrepreneurship? Like have either desires? Jayla, Helena, is that correct? The Helena? Cool. And Anellis, wait, help me out.
It's Annalise.
Annalise,
Yeah.
thank you. All right, so we got three folks that's interested in business. So I'm guessing everyone else is not interested in business or entrepreneurship right now. Well, hopefully we get some more that join us. So yeah, I mean my background, in addition to working a 9 to 5, my photography business was like my first venture into starting my own business. Um, and did that for a good long time. And pretty much after COVID, I did not do any more photography as a business per se. Currently tinkering with AI and seeing how I could build out some things with that potentially. Um, so definitely would love to hear your ideas for business, Jayla, Helena, and Elise. So definitely going to ask you guys to share at some point. All right. So one thing to think about with business, right, is how does your business benefit your target audience, right? It's one thing to have an idea for business, even a good idea, but you then need to figure out who are you targeting, right? And how do you connect with them, right? So you need to think about what is the benefit or service that you're bringing. Um, so those are some things that we'll be covering. Also, finding a mentor is super important, right? Because a mentor can help guide you. So ideally, you have a mentor that's been there, done that, can give you the feedback and help you avoid some pitfalls, right? So here at S.O.A.R, you do have some built-in mentors here, myself, Miss C, Miss Rosie, Miss Latoya, like we're all here to help. But if you have a good network, you could also, like I know for some people, their family is already in business, right? Parents or other family members might already be in business. So you definitely want to find a mentor, but you don't need to limit yourself to just one mentor, right? You might have someone that's really proficient with finances and they help you in that area. Another person might be really proficient in strategy. Another person might be really proficient in marketing, right? So it's not usually just one person. Um, so definitely you can have more than one mentor as long as they're all contributing to your greater goal. So we talked about the business model canvas last week and the value model canvas. Are there any questions from that? Did you guys grasp the purpose of the business model canvas? Who here was this your first time seeing the business model canvas? Anyone
For
seen that
me,
before?
I never heard of the topic business model canvas, but I have seen it like applied to different subjects.
Okay. Like in what form in those other subjects?
More, I'm similar to like business, but more so career wise, like
Okay.
career model.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. When I came across the business model canvas, I fell in love with it because basically it's a bit more of a visual interface. So writing a business plan, just my brain was a little dull trying to write out a business plan, just staring at a paper that that was blank. So the boxes and titles help me kind of just compartmentalize what I needed for my business plan. Who here went to Google Class and accessed the website? There's a website in there that walks you through the business model canvas, so that way you literally get a step-by-step breakdown. Has everyone seen that? We Are we in Google Class? All right. So definitely it's there, it's available. Please use it, right? Because this is one of the cheat codes. A lot of businesses fail because they don't actually map out all the pieces of the puzzle. So definitely you want to do that. All right. All right, so then we have the elevator pitch. Wait, all right, we gotta update that date. Never mind that date. All right. All right, so let's talk about these business ideas or colleges. So for those that are not doing, so I'll pivot real quick. For those that are not doing business, what are you guys going to be focusing on in your research?
Is there any way for me like to mix business with like healthcare? So I'm interested in both
Absolutely.
business or like administration and hospitality.
Okay, and what are you thinking in terms of like how would you like to mix them?
Um I was thinking of the management aspects of administration or more so management than administration, or is that not going to work?
Explain that a little bit.
So what from what I've like researched, I learned that management is different from administration, but most of the time they're like paired together.
Okay. So like you want to research that and propose some sort of solution to help in that space?
Yeah, I'm not entirely too sure like where I can start off with when it comes to like healthcare administration.
Okay. I mean, you might just start with, I guess, just the research then on healthcare
Mm.
administration. What's your interest in healthcare administration?
My interest is more so in the management aspects like I'm not that good at financing, but I'm good at leading like people around and telling them what they need to do and keeping track of things like organizing and like knowing what services um or like just generally being organized.
Being organized, which is huge. And what attracts you to healthcare specifically?
Like uplifting communities, especially like communities with people of color or more specifically Mexicans who really don't have access to it most of the time, and I want to make it like easier for them to access that.
Okay.
It could be public health, Karen.
Oh, okay.
And that aspect, you can merge them both together.
Yeah.
Okay, public health and administration, right?
Right. It depends on your specialty because of what you're saying in the administration aspect with healthcare. Healthcare is my background. I have it in
Mm,
background, but you can apply it there. Giving back to the community and that aspect of it and some of the programs that you may want to lead. That's how you implement that aspect as you're saying the administration part of it. Does that make sense?
yeah, thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, JR.
No, it's definitely a positive addition. So yeah, I mean, starting like, taking notes and get into it, right? So you want to help those that don't have access to healthcare, which is awesome. And as Missy said, public health. And so I feel like the more you ask yourself, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? We actually have an exercise. I believe it's in advanced, those 7 levels deep, where you really just get down to the core of why. But I think starting with the research and kind of seeing what's there, and then you can go from there. All right, who else? Who else? Um, I haven't heard from Carissa, Angie, Ying Ying, Ying Ying, Ying Ying. Am I saying that right? All right. What are you guys looking to research?
For me, I just want to do something in the healthcare field too, but I'm not sure like what to do.
What are you interested in?
Yeah, that's what I'm struggling on.
Okay, how'd you land on healthcare?
Like I've seen like a lot of like online, I've seen people go in the healthcare field and I just like helping people.
Okay. Sounds like, I guess, you guys could probably partner up and do some shared research and see what interests you guys have together. But yeah, I mean, so I guess same, right? As you do the research, you'll learn what opportunities are there. So maybe interviewing folks and, you know, doing looking into different sectors, you might find some things that are helpful because healthcare is a big space. All right, who else? Who else? I'll go to Jayla. How's it going, Jayla?
Good.
What are you looking to do? Like you said, you're interested in business, right?
I want to do a lot, like a mix of things. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't want to just I want to be well rounded, if that makes sense. Like I want to be able to be.
Hmm.
So I really want to. I don't know. I want to go to. I know exactly like what college. I already know what paths I want to take. So I know that I want to go to North Carolina A&T for business.
Okay.
And, what is it? I think business and I forgot.
So you want to major in business?
Business and marketing. There we go. Business and marketing. I want to go to North
Okay.
Carolina A&T from business and marketing. And my dad has like he owns a company already. So I want to take
Okay.
over his company and be able to like
What kind of company?
he has a company where he basically what's it called? I forgot. Real estate. He has like a real estate company. So he buys houses, he sells
Okay.
houses, he fixes houses and stuff. So I want to take over his company. Also has a construction company. So I will also
Wow,
take
that's
that
cool.
over. So I would like to be part of his like and like helping people like find their perfect homes and stuff. Cause that's really cool to me, like decorating and stuff and like being creative. You get to like be creative, like building houses and stuff. So I just wanna like have a business geared towards that.
Awesome. I'm sure he must be proud that you're already set to take over the business. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Um, and we have a professor that you guys will have in advance. Professor TJ, oh, I mean, and you too, Missy. You're both in it. You're both in real estate. So
Yes.
you guys have a you guys have a nice treat coming up. All right. Who else? Who else? Who else has some things to share here?
I'll go.
Sure. Go
I
ahead,
def
Angie.
it's like similar with Jayla's. I definitely want to do something with real estate, like start my own business in real estate. If that, oh wait, if not, with architect as well.
Okay.
I'm still
What?
debating. I'm mainly heading on real estate, but
Mm,
like my dream on the side is definitely architect.
architect is on the side. That's a pretty big
I know it's like,
you're still trying to figure it out. I get it.
yeah,
I
it's
get
like
it.
all over the place with this still.
And that's perfectly fine. So, definitely with all of this, this now's the time to explore your options and see what you like. Cool. Jaira? Jaira or Jaira?
Jira.
Okay, thank you. Jaira, what are you looking to do? We'll circle back. We'll circle back. Maybe Jaira's tied up. Helena? Got some silent folks tonight. All right, who didn't go? Annalise.
I'll go.
Thank. All right, go ahead, Carissa.
So basically, I want to also do like, I want to be in the medical field too. Like, I want to be a pediatrician. I just,
Okay. Working with kids, pediatric medicine.
yes.
Awesome. All right. Julian, welcome, welcome. All right, so thank you all for sharing. I just wanted to, hear what everyone is interested in. Partially too, it helps us know, if we have a connection in that field, we can also help to direct or provide mentorship or resources. I have my cousin is a family medical doctor, so not specifically pediatrics, but um, I have no other doctors as well, so we could definitely make different connections when folks are ready. Um, Julian, so I'm asking everyone what they're interested in, whether you want to focus on business and entrepreneurship, or if there is something else that you're interested in. So I guess I'll pose the question to you.
What I'm interested in is pharmacy,
Okay.
and um,
Like you want to work at a pharmacy or own a pharmacy?
well, first off, I do want to work at a pharmacy, and I'm thinking of like as the years go by, I could open like a few pharmacies, like help open like pharmacies like for people who are less fortunate or for areas that are more rural.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Is there anyone that has not gone that would like to share what your interests are or business focus? All right. So this week, the goal is everyone should have a draft of your vision or mission statement if you're focusing on business. If you're focusing on research, right, your goal is to like research the school you want to go to or the industry that you'd like to work in or a company that you admire, right? So you should have those top level details kind of just written down, like what is it that you want to research, right? If you're doing the guided research. For those of you that are doing the business and entrepreneurship, right, it should be, you know, going through what is your vision statement, what is your mission statement. There are again resources in Google Class that will kind of highlight this for you. It's in the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. There's a there's a link there. Um, the strategic business plan overview. I could actually share that real quick. I'm gonna switch real quick to that one. Oh, sorry. Same one. So really, want everyone to make sure you take some time at some point to go to the Google class, go through the links. There's a lot of resources in there. So did you guys go over this last week? Okay. So the vision statement is more of a high level statement for a business. So it's like an aspirational goal, right? What you want to, what does your business aspire to achieve? So for Amazon, right, to be Earth's most customer-centric company, right, it's an aspiration. For Google, to provide access to the world's information in one click, right? So all these companies, everyone should know. This is the OG Instagram logo. Capture and share the world's moments, right? So basically, when you have your aspirational goal, that's your vision statement, right? Like if you could get it down to one sentence, that's your vision statement. Um, so as it says in the text here, these also may be referred to as stretch goals, right? So it's really good to have a North Star, to have something that kind of grounds your direction in your business. So when you're up late trying to figure out why you're doing this, you reflect on your vision statement. The mission statement is similar, but it's more specific on actions, right? So the clothing brand Patagonia, their mission statement, build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to inspire and implement solutions to environmental crisis. Very specific, but hey, that's their mission, right? And you see that carried out if you look into the Patagonia brand, they give back, they try to be conscious of, their materials use, right? It's a part of their company structure. CVS Health, helping people on their path to better health, right? So I see at CVS Health, they have, clinics in some of them, pharmacies, usually pharmacies, but some have medical services on site as well. Warby Parker, these are Warby Parker glasses. To offer designer eyewear at a revolutionary price while leading the way for socially conscious business. So Warby Parker saw that glasses cost a lot of money. Like if you wanted glasses that look good, it was like, I remember growing up, it was like $500 for the ones I pointed at. My mom was like, no, no, no. So Warby Parker, their business model, no matter the design, all their glasses cost the same exact price and they're really high quality. So I have some glasses that are, you know, just the cheapest ones I could find. I have glasses that I got from the eye doctor, and these are the best quality glasses out of all of them. Um, so definitely they live up to their mission, as far as I know. But yeah, the vision and mission statements are there for you to have a directional goal for your business. The mission statement is more so like your day-to-day activities. So like whatever your mission statement is should be reflected in your day-to-day actions as a business. Make sense? Any questions around vision and mission statements? All right. So for those that have not, you could take a moment and kind of jot down some notes for your vision and mission statement as to what you're thinking. And for those that are doing a guided research, definitely, take some notes as to what it is you want to research and why. All right, so I kind of went out of order. I had everyone share their ideas. Um, and since we're a little early on, does anyone have their vision or mission statement? All right, just checking. All right, so what I want you guys to do now, we're gonna go into breakout rooms then. So in these breakout rooms, we're gonna shift a little bit. So I want you guys to workshop together, right? Share your ideas, come up with a vision statement. come up with a mission statement, and then provide feedback to each other, right? Is that clear? Do you like, as the person listening, is their vision clear? Is the mission clear? All right. Um, so I'll set up some breakout rooms. All right, so I need everyone to participate, por favor. So that means there should be no one that's muted the whole entire breakout. The goal is to give each other feedback. If you're not doing your business, so during this time, you could workshop your research and why you're researching it. All right, is that clear? We all good? All right, so since we're workshopping, since you're starting from scratch, we'll do 10 minutes. So you could take a couple minutes to get your ideas written out, and then the last 5 minutes to just kind of share with each other. Cool? All right.
Professor JR, is there something they can have in the breakout rooms to follow as a guide as to um, what exactly the expectation is for others to be listening in terms of the mission and vision statement? Like, is there a slide or something they can look at?
We're not seeing a slide? Sorry, I thought I was presenting.
No, you are. I'm just not sure if
Oh,
this is the slide you want them to follow.
yes. This is the slide.
Okay.
So it should just be answering the two questions there.
Okay. Is there anything you see how for the business idea, is there anything for the mission and vision statement on the bottom that they should follow as a guide so they know that they're, specifically listening for the right things when they're listening to their peers?
Not that I have prepared.
So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up too. They did this the last class. This was kind of like an impromptu JR, so we are well on the same page. I might ask them to do exactly the same thing. So I don't know if this, if some of them just weren't prepared last time and maybe wanted to do it this time, but a lot of them should have had at least a draft of the vision statement and mission statement, because they didn't. We actually gave them. They asked for more time, because they were in the breakout room. Shh, because they were in the breakout room. So just FYI for that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So some of them should have it already, and maybe just they want to clean it up, but they
All
certainly
right.
did last
Well,
week. Yeah. I know this is a very small class in comparison to what it's been. But I think because of the holiday, a lot of people are
mm,
probably just tapped out, is my assumption.
okay.
So, yeah. But I sent the message to the group and asked them to make sure that they're letting us know in advance if they're not going to be in class. And then also, I just told them about the two excused absences for the course.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right. So who was able to flesh out some vision statements and mission statements? Anyone want to come off mute and share? We got a couple more seconds, actually. There we go. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. So how do we do? I want to hear some of these vision statements or mission statements.
Good. Mine was that, like, when I'm gonna open my business, I want clients to feel like safe. Oh, when you first look at me, I'm a mean person, but reality, like, I'm very honest, very kind. So, like, if I'm braiding their hair, I want clients to tell me if it's bothering them or not.
Okay. So you want to tell you if it's what?
Like, if it's too tight, if I'm braiding too tight, or like,
Oh, some feedback. Awesome, awesome. Anybody else? Want to share your vision or mission statement? Or your research focus? And on that Jaira, it sounds like you want to have your own hair salon.
yeah, but right now, I'm just like doing it at school. Like, I'm just doing lashes at school. That's it.
Okay, doing lashes. Okay. Got to start somewhere. You could do it at the school.
Yeah, I only do it at lunch, but since I'm transferring, I don't know when I'm gonna find time to do my friend's lashes.
Got you. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? What are we doing?
I want to have my own like salon when I grow up with my sister.
Awesome. Were you able to did you draft a vision statement?
Well, I probably got it wrong because I don't like really still don't like understand the meaning of mission and vision statement. But my mission statement is that I want to make people feel comfortable like in my salon and safe. Like and also having like an inviting environment.
Okay. So to make people feel comfortable, safe, and invited,
Mm-hmm.
that is very clear. So no, that's really good. Thank you for sharing. All right, Jayla, did I guess does
I
your
created a mission statement. I mean, yeah, I think a
okay,
mission statement.
all right, go ahead.
Okay, so my mission statement was that a mission statement, wait, just to be clear to make sure I didn't get this wrong. A mission statement is like what's going like what do you want to do now, right? Like what do you need to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like the day-to-day
So
focus.
my mission statement is I want to I want to be able to expand my palette. So like be able to be more, what's the word? Articulate with my environment and with people and with I want to say the way I talk.
Hmm.
So my mission is to like learn over time how to grow myself so I could be able to be the best version of myself for my business, if that makes sense. Over time.
Okay.
So I want to be able to grow my grades, grow me as a person, if that makes sense. To make
Okay.
myself
So
better.
like a personal mission statement, your
Mm-hmm.
personal goal, your aspirations. All right. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Anyone else want to share? All right. So I'm going to all right, so I'm going to encourage everyone to keep focus, to keep working on it. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. This is from the Google class. So definitely please click the link, save the link, give it a read. This will go over just a full picture of a strategic business plan, but specifically in there, I want you guys to pull out the top sections that go over the vision and the mission statement, because that literally is like the start of you just clarifying where you want to go with what you focused on. So we'll touch back on that tomorrow night. So talk a little bit about characteristics of a business owner here. So business owners typically are people that are very persistent, right? 60% of Fortune 1000 companies started during a recession or depression. So that means that when the economy was bad, when, things were going crazy, they decided to go start a business. Now, sometimes this happens out of need, right? There's no other option. So they say, you know what, I'll just do it myself, right? And other people are like, oh, I'll pay you to do it for me too. Sometimes that happens, right? You just start doing something, you find a solution, and other people see that you have a solution, and then they're like, how much for that solution that you have, right? In a way, that's kind of how I got into photography. I was taking a lot of pictures, and then people were like, oh, could you take my picture? I was like, oh, I guess so. I guess I could. But I did have a core passion for photography that I went into that. So a few points we listed out here just to like just top level um thought processes with businesses, right? One is under promise and over deliver. So when I worked at the Apple store and people would say, how long is it going to take to fix my iPhone? Maybe we just need to change a screen. Technically, it takes about 5 minutes to change a cracked screen, but we will tell them 30 minutes, right? Just to under promise. We say, oh, it'll be about 30 minutes. And if we got it done sooner, if we call them back in 10 minutes, like, oh, wow, I thought I was gonna have to wait 30 minutes, but I only waited 10, right? So as a business owner, you want to think about opportunities to where you don't paint yourself into a very small window of delivery. That's basically why, right? Because if it technically takes 5 minutes and like one thing went wrong, right? The screw dropped, or we didn't have the part and we had to run downstairs to get another screen, or now we told them 5 minutes, but it took them 10 minutes. That same person's going to be upset that it took that it took 10 minutes because we told them five. So as a business owner, you do want to give yourself some buffer. All right. So motivation is important as well. Miss C is going to get into this later on, but who do you need to become, right, to be the person, the business owner that you want to be, or to be that college student that you want to be, or to be that pharmacist you want to be? Who do you need to become, right? But here, you can't wake up at noon and claim to be hungry, right? If you woke up at noon, that means you just been sleeping through the day when you could have gotten up and got some things done, right? Good is no longer good enough with the advent of AI and the new global economy. That basically speaks to things are always advancing, right? There's always someone that is work that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible, right? So you definitely want to take advantage of current technologies to improve yourself and the outcomes that you can provide for your customers. Speaking of customers, fall in love with the customer you're serving. So that really just speaks towards providing really personal and empathetic customer service, right? So we've all been to places where there's been bad customer service, right? The person was snappy, they weren't paying attention to us, right? We needed help and they were just unhelpful, right? Versus when you get great customer experience, you typically want to go back to that place, right? You're like, oh yeah, I'm going back to the place where they treated me well, or I'm going back to a place and asking for the specific person because they make me feel welcomed here, right? So understanding what people want, what people need, is very important. It's things that business owners should be thinking about all the time, right? S.O.A.R, even though we're a nonprofit, we give you guys the surveys, right? And we ask like, what worked? What didn't work? What did you like? What didn't you like? What's missing? Right? And that's part of what we call the feedback loop. So you always want to ask for feedback. Sure, many of you probably gotten some survey requests at some point, right? You use something and then they want to say, how was the service, right? Ideally, you take the feedback you get and you use it to improve your service or your product. All right. On that note, we'll do a quick break. We'll do a 10-minute break and then we'll wrap up after that. So wait, what time is it? Sorry. Yeah, we'll do an 8-minute break. We'll do an 8-minute break. See you at 7:45. You guys could grab a bite, take a quick break. Thank you for that. All right. Oh, sorry. Meant to go back. It needs to Google. Apologies for getting us out on this Windows machine. All right. So, all right, jumping back into it. So, why start your own business, right? So, just recapping here, you want to think about how does your business benefit your target audience? Has everyone heard that term before? Target audience? Or who here knows what that term means?
Like the intended audience that a company or like business intends to talk to or like get the attention of to buy the
Yes,
product.
yes, thank you. Yeah, so this is used a lot when marketing teams might talk or advertising teams. Who are we targeting, right? Are we targeting young people, old people, tall people, short people? Like, are we targeting those that make six figures, those that don't make any figures? Like, who are we targeting, right? And then how do you intend to appeal to them, right? And then alternatively, right, like how do you intend for your college or major to benefit the career you intend to pursue or serve in? So some of you had very specific career goals, right? Um, pharma pharmacy and different ideas. So whatever you do, you definitely want to make sure there's alignment, but you also want to answer the question why, right? So there is an exercise that we have, seven levels deep exercise. Um, the the link is in the Google class. Let me see if I can grab this. All right, so please either grab this from the Google class. It should also be in the workbook. Um, but for next class, please have this filled out. So I want you guys to go through the 7 levels of deep. So you start with the first question: what is important to you about becoming successful, right? So you're gonna literally just write out a full sentence to answer that first question and then keep on answering the why questions. All right. And then we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. So let's see. Are you guys still seeing my screen? Business model canvas? All right, cool. So the business model canvas, this is something that I would encourage everyone that, especially those that are doing the business path, you definitely should fill this out, even if it's a draft, right? So use this link. We can go quickly here. But that's the link for the business model canvas that we want to follow. So in this example here, they walk you through Zara, global fashion brand, and they walk you through each section, right? So sometimes you have more than one segment, right? So Zara has 3 main segments: men, women, and children. That's their customers. And when you get into value propositions, you see that, sorry, I kind of moved that by it a little quick. They have multiple value propositions, right? So the value proposition is really identifying, what is it that makes customers want to come back to your business, right? So for Zara, it's fashionable clothes, accessories, great e-commerce experience, flagship store experiences for the stores that have physical footprints, people love to be in the stores, right? And it's fast fashion, right? So for those of you that are thinking of the business, you want to think about those things, right? When it says channels, so channel is how you're reaching your customer. So if you have a physical product, your channel might be direct store, pop-up stand, right? Food truck, those kind of things. But if not, it might be online, it might be social media, or it might be word of mouth, right? So your channel is really just how you're reaching your customers. The next section is customer relationships, right? So how do you build these relationships? How do you keep them? How do you grow them? Right. So for Zara, they have salespeople in the stores, they use social media, and they have create a sentimental attachment to the products. So for each one of your business use cases, you should be thinking about, all right, what is it that's going to build relationship with my customers? How am I going to do that? And then next we have revenue streams. Very important, right? So for Zara, it's pretty straightforward, right? They sell clothes and accessories. That's how they make money. So for your business, how would you make money, right? How do you, S.O.A.R is a nonprofit though, right? Could anyone share how nonprofits make money? How does S.O.A.R get funded? How do you guys think that happens? Sponsors, yes. Ying Ying, thank you. So yeah, sponsors, right? So people donate. We have fundraisers. S.O.A.R gets grants, or we apply for grants. We have gotten some grants, but as a nonprofit, you're always applying for more grants. So yeah. All right, key resources, right? So this is an important one. Yes, campaigns as well. All the things you need are assets required to create value for your customers, right? Those are your key resources. So Zara needs to be stocked up on what they're selling, needed a network of stores. They have a strong brand, logistics, which is how you move things around from one place to the other. Those are your key resources. Key activities. Zara invests in designing the clothes, manufacturing the clothes, right? Retail process, point of sale. So being able to have people check out in the stores, manage your distribution channels. So basically, the key activities are the areas that you need to be good at to create value for your customers, right? So if you in our last cohort, we had folks that were like doing restaurants and bakeries. It's like, okay, their key activity was to make food that people want to eat over and over again, right? So what is it about your business that's going to create value for your customers? Key partners, right? So for Zara, it's the strategic alliances, right? The investment company that invests in the brand, the store. Um, so for some of you, your initial key partners might be others in your peer group. It might be a mentor, right? It might be someone that could bring you new business, someone that could connect you to other businesses, right? That feed into your business. Costs, right? So very important to understand your costs. How much is it going to cost to run your business? Do you need to buy something? Do you need a website? Do you need to get a license? Do you need physical space? Do you need storage? Like, what do you need, right? And how much is that going to cost? So there's some costs that are fixed, like if you have to rent something versus some things that are variable, costs that might be variable. So variable costs might be things that are based on use, right? Like electricity, for example, or social media campaigns. Those are variable costs. So yeah, this is definitely a good link to go through for those of you that are looking at the business plan, because this, and you could do this for each idea you have. So I know some of you had multiple ideas. I would say do a business model draft for each idea that you have, or at least for the one that you're most passionate about. And they have two other examples here. They can still keep them. They used to have Netflix. Yeah. So there's two other examples here of business model canvases to give you an idea of different types of businesses. So Netflix is online only streaming. This wine one is a different model. So definitely please use the link to read through and get an understanding of that, because the business model canvas for those that are focused on business is going to be the foundational model that you're going to use for your elevator pitch later on, along with your value proposition canvas. But you're definitely going to need to have this drafted and completed. I'll get into the value proposition canvas a little more. Well, it's actually really quick, so I'll just go right now. So the value proposition dives into the value needs and solutions, right? So they call it gains, pains, customer jobs. On one side, you will list that out, like what does the customer gain from me? You'll list those things out. What are the customer pain points, right? So if you're solving a problem for customers, what are those pain points? Customer jobs is what does the customer do with your business, right? Maybe they have to fill out a form, maybe they just make an appointment, right? Maybe they need to give you a description that you then address. So on the other side, the value proposition is what meets those needs. So it's just a visual way to help map out exactly how is your business providing quality customer service and solving a problem. I know that was quick. Any questions? Business model canvas, value proposition canvas. Cool. All right. So wrapping up, kind of touched on this earlier, but utilizing technology to the best of your abilities to help you do more with less. So yes, both of these are in your workbook, and I also dropped the link for the business model canvas in the chat. All right. All right. So we'll drop in the survey for tonight. So that way you guys could complete that. All right, so the survey's in the chat. Please complete the survey. Once you've completed the survey, drop a C in the chat. Thank you for your time tonight. And we will be back here tomorrow night.
Yes, scholars, this week is a 3-day week of classes. So just as Professor JR mentioned, we'll see you here tomorrow night at 6:30, and then after that again on Thursday. And we're in the home stretch, the last 2 instructional classes. And then be sure to follow the schedule so you know what classes look like next week with the practice pitch and then your actual pitches, which will be next Thursday.
Thank you all for joining.
I can't do the survey
Mhm.
because my computer's glitching right now. Like, I can't even do anything on my screen.
I guess we can email it to you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Jayla, real quick, can you just drop your email in the chat? I was gonna, and I'll do that right now before I get off. We like to try to get the feedback fresh before you forget. All right. All right, so I'll email that right now so you have it. Cool. Thank you, everyone. If you've completed the survey, feel free to drop. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation.
Thanks, scholars. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.